Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. So, today we're going to talk about the Big Fours and how you can get a job in them. Getting a job in the Big Fours is a dream for millions of people across the globe, be it a young graduate or a person well established into their careers. And that makes the competition ever more difficult. So, today we have invited Mr. Pranav Pant to help us and guide us on how to impress the recruiters and get that dream job at these companies. Hello, sir, and we are glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Kritika, for having me.
So let's introduce what the Big Four companies actually are. So, sir, what is the Big Four and why are they so in demand amongst candidates?
Okay, so Kritika and the viewers that are listening, so the Big Four is the term given to the top accounting and auditing firms in the world, namely Deloitte, KPMG, EY, Ernst& Young, and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. They are very well known क्योंकि ना केवल उनके employees की strength ज़्यादा है compared to the other companies, but also their revenue-wise, they have the highest capital. These firms provide professional services in accounting, auditing, taxation, consultancy, and so many diverse domains. इनका साइज बड़ा है, साथ में इनकी रीच और रेपुटेशन भी वर्ल्ड वाइड है, इसलिए द टर्म बिग फोर इज यूज्ड. नाउ व्हाई इज इट इन डिमांड? इसके मैं आपको चार रीजंस बताता हूँ. फर्स्टली, if you are working in a big four, your learning and experience curve is so steep that within 2 years you can move from an employee to a managerial position. 2 साल में आपको इतना एक्सपीरियंस मिल जाता है कि किसी के अंडर काम करने के बजाय आप अपनी एक टीम से काम करवा रहे होते हैं. It teaches you how to deal with complexities and it makes you learn something every single day. But the job is not an easy one. ऐसा नहीं है कि डिमांड के साथ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं आती है. इन अ कंपनी दिस बिग इन इट्स रेपुटेशन, द वर्कलोड इज इमेंस, but it simultaneously helps you learn how to handle difficult situations under pressure. So that is why it is very desired by young graduates as well. फिर ऐसा भी है that the market value, let's talk about the market value. When a person is working in a big four, their market value just skyrockets. Just imagine an experience in management at the age of 20 24. That's what the big four gives you. The ability to lead a team, just be ahead of everyone else in a similar domain. जब आप बिग फोर किसी भी रीजन से छोड़ने या किसी और डोमेन में काम करने के लिए सोचते हैं, तो ये एक्सपीरियंस जो आपका गेन होता है, ये रेज्यूमे को ओवरलोडेड कर देता है और रिक्रूटर्स वुड नॉट मिस अ चांस ऑफ हायरिंग यू. Thirdly, you get to collaborate with so many individuals, companies, organizations, that you're able to build a huge network. You meet and learn from highly vetted industry figures and pick up their habits, include them into your own behavior. So freshers, इसलिए क्या होता है, freshers are very ambitious. They love complexities, they love competition, and so they're really attracted to the big four. Also, the fourth point that I wanted to mention was that international reach जो इनकी है इतनी ज्यादा है that you'll be able to travel, work in other countries that they have their firms in, and just explore the vastness of what the domain has to offer. Within just 1 week of experience, you can get a boost in your salary. जो इनमें एनुअल प्रमोशंस होते रहते हैं, और सैलरी की अगर बात करें तो इट इज वेरी हाई. सो आपकी जूनियर पोजीशन में ही आपको 10 lakhs मिलने लगते हैं, एंड यू कैन वेरी इजीली प्रमोट टू अ डायरेक्टोरियल पोजीशन वेयर यू गेट 50 lakhs per year. So I'd say that's why the big four is so much in demand.
That explains why the competition is so huge. But this race is not fair for everyone because a fresher with zero experience has to compete with industry specialists for a seat in these companies. So, what are the chances, according to you, of a young graduate actually getting a job in these companies? Or
Okay, so to be very honest, it is hard. Definitely, it is hard. The just look at the acceptance rates. Okay, so 3 million applications में से 88,000 ही hire होते हैं, which means that acceptance rate is 2.6. When you're dealing with a competition of skills and experience, so obviously it is very hard to get into these companies. You are on the same playing field as a person with 10 years of corporate experience, and also as the same playing field as a genius, like a genius in the domain. So it naturally becomes a hard process, but it is definitely not impossible. तो बात कर लेते हैं कि process actually होता क्या है to get into a big four firm. So the and the entrance is through psychometric tests, basic psychometric tests where they test your numerical skills, your logical reasoning skills, your personality skills. That is the first stage of the selection process. If you score well in this, then you go through. If you don't, there is a cutoff. If you don't, if you score below that cutoff, then you're out. So around 50% of the applicants are rejected following the online test. Now there are then after the online test, there are the interviews, and there are several round of interviews that a candidate needs to crack to get into the Big Four. Then there is the first initial HR interview, जहाँ पे HR आपसे questions पूछता है आपके background के बारे में, आपके career objectives के बारे में, strengths, weakness, etc. You get through this, then there is the first technical round, जहाँ पे आपके technical skills को test किया जाता है. Then there is a director round. यहाँ तक पहुंचना ही इतना hard है that it's that justifies in a way that why freshers can't like find it really hard to get into the Big Four. And then there is a final HR round where the candidate has to appear and the HR personnel finalize their selection. So definitely आपको एक अच्छा resume, communication skills, qualifications ये सब होने चाहिए to get into the Big Four. It is hard but not impossible. Getting the job won't be easy because the interview questions won't be a cakewalk. So you need to be prepared.
तो मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं. You'll have to be at your best at every single part of the selection process. Talking about the selection process, let's talk about the resume. What, according to you, would be a good resume, and what are the most important skills a recruiter looks out for in them?
Okay, so if you want to impress a Big Four or any recruiter for that sake, is it's not just done through your score in the psychometric analysis tests or any tests that are required for that job. What a recruiter looks for is whether you tick all the boxes that he has preformed in his head. Now this starts from a good resume. Okay, so एक अच्छे resume में तीन चीजें होनी चाहिए. What you did, why you did it, and how good you did it. सो अगर ये तीन बुलेट्स आपने रेज्यूमे में मेंशन किए हैं, ये तीन चेक बॉक्सेस उसके हेड में भी हैं, देन यू आर ऑलरेडी थ्रू द फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस. रिक्रूटर्स आपकी क्वालिफिकेशंस देखता है. डू यू हैव द रिक्वायर्ड डिग्री? लेट्स से बिग फोर के लिए आप अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो आपके पास अकाउंटिंग, कॉमर्स या फाइनेंस में डिग्री है, या अगर टेक उसी के टेक साइड में अगर आप अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो क्या आपकी सीएस में या आईटी में डिग्री है? ही लुक्स फॉर दैट. देन अ गुड जीपीए फॉर फ्रेशर्स, डेफिनेटली अ बूस्ट. Furthermore, your qualifications and achievements should be mentioned in the resume. So these are the contextual requirements जो एक good resume में होनी चाहिए. Now, talking about the format of the resume, then the formatting is also very important. आपका resume दिखने में भी अच्छा होना चाहिए. So make sure that you use power words, keywords, mention your skills, but only those skills that are relevant for the job. Irrelevant मेंशन करेंगे लाइक आपको सिंगिंग आती है, पेंटिंग आती है, बट रेज्यूमे में उसको मेंशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है बिकॉज दैट डज नॉट इम्प्रेस अ रिक्रूटर. व्हाट ही इज लुकिंग फॉर, लेट्स से एन अकाउंट्स एम्प्लॉय, इफ ही इज लुकिंग फॉर एन अकाउंट्स एम्प्लॉय, ही शुड हैव द नॉलेज ऑफ अकाउंट्स. सो योर रेज्यूमे मस्ट स्पीक टू योर एचआर विद कॉन्फिडेंस. इफ्स एंड बट्स, मेबीज नहीं होने चाहिए, क्लियर और कंसाइज होना चाहिए, एंड क्रोनोलॉजिकली भी लॉजिकल होना चाहिए. So these are the basic ways you can make a good resume to impress your recruiter. But at the same time, आप जो एचआर है, जो रिक्रूटर है, उसके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है ये आपको नहीं पता है. सो रेज्यूमे शॉर्टलिस्टिंग के टाइम पे ये प्रोसेस बहुत सब्जेक्टिव हो जाता है. सो यू कैन मेक श्योर कि आपका रेज्यूमे वैसा ही हो जैसा आपके रिक्रूटर को चाहिए अगर आप ऑलरेडी रिक्रूटेड या हायर्ड लोगों से सलाह लेंगे. So there are multiple avenues and physical and online resources available that can help you in making a good resume to impress the recruiter. Like Hireyy, like they have this ATS package जो industry में जाने वाले लोगों की मदद से आपका resume बनाएंगे. High shortlisting guarantee भी देंगे, and they will make sure that you are through the first stage of the hiring process.
So hope our viewers had made note of all those important points Mr. Pant had given us. And so some of the most important points are: be honest in your resumes and align your resume with what the company wants, what the skills the companies are looking for, and how you can align your skills and projects to that. Right, sir?
Right.
So I'd like to ask you the importance of referrals as well for a strong profile. And do the recruiters pay attention to referrals, and are they important?
डेफिनेटली सो रेफरल्स जो है आपके चांसेस मल्टीपल टाइम्स बढ़ा देते हैं. सो अब एक रिक्रूटर आपका रेज्यूमे पढ़ेगा और देखेगा कि दिस गाय हैज बीन रेफर्ड टू बाय अ वेल नोन पर्सन इन द इंडस्ट्री. ऑटोमेटिकली वो आपको प्रेफर करेगा ओवर एनीवन एल्स. So referrals are more than just a reliable talent source. Recruiters rely on them to drive value through the hiring process. रिक्रूटर्स के लिए भी इजी हो जाता है कि अगर एक्स वाई जी पर्सन ने इसकी स्किल्स को कंफर्म किया है, सो व्हाई शुड आई वेस्ट माय टाइम, द पर्सन इज जस्ट अ नेचुरल पिक. So yeah, I would say that yes, referrals are very important in your hiring process. And statistically also, in a study where they analyzed data from 14 million applicants, employee referrals delivered referrals can increase your chances by 40 to 50%. And companies like Hireyy आपको ये instant domain referrals भी offer करती हैं. So definitely you should go for these resources to get the referrals. They help you with your hiring process. Yes.
So a referral can increase your chances by 40 to 50%. So a referral has to be a mandatory thing in your job profile and your resumes. So I also wanted to ask, talking about referrals, many of these companies demand years of experience. And for a graduate, even getting a referral without any of these experiences is impossible. So, what, according to you, what would be your advice for these freshers without any experience and how they can impress the recruiters, you know?
Right, right. So, the freshers, they have lack of experience in the working field. Yes, they do not know how to handle pressure, etc. So, definitely, difficult तो हो जाता है कि ये justify करना that whether they are the right pick. But as the name suggests, fresher, they have fresh skills and knowledge. अभी अभी वो पढ़ के निकले हैं and they know the subject really well. This puts them over the intermediate applicants as they have been working, the intermediate applicants have been working the same job for a long time. Machine में fresh parts लगाओगे तो better run करेगी instead of old parts. So but recruiters को exactly skills से मतलब है. They are not looking for manpower. That they want someone who ticks the XYZ requirement that has been formed in their heads. तो एक fresher अपने resume से, communication skills से ये portray कर सकता है कि yes, I have the skills, so it is undebatable that I should be given a chance. साथ ही में जैसे मैंने पहले बताया कि रेफरल्स फ्रॉम एक्सपर्ट्स एंड वेटरन्स आपके चांसेस बढ़ा सकते हैं. अचीवमेंट्स का तो कोई सवाल ही नहीं होता, द मोर द बेटर. Same goes for the GPA. But yes, they need to work a lot harder than the people with experience on these aspects, especially the resume and the interview, because at the end of the day, these two will define if you get selected or not.
So basically, it's all about skills, skills, and skills, and how you better represent them in your resumes. So let's move on to the next step of the selection process, the one that many consider the most difficult, and that is the interview. So, what, according to you, are the deciding factors for a recruiter when he selects or rejects a candidate?
See, Kritika, rejection is way easier for an HR recruiter क्योंकि उनके पास इतनी सारे applications हैं, one after the other. वो तो resume के basis पे ही आपको reject कर देंगे. He is looking for the mistakes you make and not just for the achievements you have. Let's say your resume is formatted badly, irrelevant skills are mentioned, or simply you don't have the required skills, grades, or experience. Recruiter आपको reject कर देगा, आपके resume को ही reject करेगा. So 50% से ज्यादा applicants तो resume से ही reject हो जाते हैं. The competition is just so high that every step of your recruitment process has a high stake in your selection. फिर आता है इंटरव्यू. यहाँ सवाल ऐसे पूछेगा रिक्रूटर कि आप आंसर ही नहीं कर पाओगे तो रिजेक्ट हो जाओगे, या नर्वस हो जाओगे तो रिजेक्ट हो जाओगे. सो यू माइट हैव एक्सीलेंट स्किल्स एंड नॉलेज, बट टू पुट दैट इनटू वर्ड्स इन अ वे दैट इंप्रेसेस द रिक्रूटर इज अ टफ जॉब टू डू. तो सिलेक्ट कैसे होना है? अब आपने बिग फोर के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया और इंटरव्यूअर ने आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा और आप प्रेशर में आ गए. प्रेशर में नहीं आना, बिकॉज दैट इज अ टेस्ट ऑफ योर प्रेशर हैंडलिंग स्किल्स. In a way that an experienced person can do, a fresher might not be able to do, but if you portray that in your interview, then definitely you will get selected. So again, coming back to if it's easier for freshers to get in or not, it depends on your interview. You don't succumb to the intimidation, you succeed. You speak without stuttering, with a good body language, selection is a possibility. So the recruiter, what is he looking for? Good communication skills, leadership skills, your understanding of the job, and so many aspects that you need to prepare very seriously. तो प्रिपरेशन अगर इनकम्प्लीट है तो रिजेक्शन इज वेरी इजी, बट अगर रेज्यूमे इज इमैक्युलेट, यू आर गुड एट कम्युनिकेटिंग, योर चांसेस of getting selected go up significantly.
So, like, but one thing that comes up is even when people prepare for months or weeks for these interviews, nervousness, tension की वजह से many of them fumble और उनका interview गलत चले जाता है, and that's why many people get rejected in the interview phase. So, what would your tips be for candidates to better prepare themselves for these interviews?
See, practice makes man perfect. सिंपल है बोलना, बट इंटरव्यू की प्रेप तो मॉक इंटरव्यू से बेहतर किसी से नहीं होगी. लाख यूट्यूब वीडियोस देख लो, एंड में तो यू डोंट नो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन अनलेस यू एक्चुअली फेस इट. सो मच बेटर टू फेस अ सिमुलेशन ऑफ द एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू in a form of a mock interview instead of being a train wreck at the final day. So practicing interviews by either asking people you know from the industry to help you, or just using resources like Hireyy that offer one-on-one mock interviews in their ATS package is like the best way to get rid of that nervousness and stress. But apart from what you do during the interview, there are some steps that you can follow before the interview as well. You can review the job description. Do you have the skills required? Are they mentioned in your resume? Consider your eligibility for the job. Does the company want more than you give to them? You can give to them, or do you have enough? Learn more about the company. Salary क्या ऑफर कर रहे हैं, उनकी रेपुटेशन क्या है, अच्छी रेपुटेशन है, वर्क आवर्स क्या है. प्रिपेयर लिस्ट ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस जो इंटरव्यू में आ सकते हैं. जो एक कॉमन क्वेश्चन आता है, वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ इन 5 years, उसके अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो. अपने आप को इंटरव्यू की जगह, इंटरव्यूअर की जगह रखो और देखो क्या ये रेज्यूमे अच्छा लग रहा है, क्या ये लॉजिकल है, क्या मेरे पास इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस जो मेरे दिमाग में हैं, जो जनरली पूछे जाते हैं, क्या उनके आंसर्स हैं. और कुछ छोटी चीजें भी हैं इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे, ड्रेस फॉर्मली फॉर द डे, बी पंक्चुअल, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. तो ये कुछ बेसिक स्टेप्स हैं जो आपको इंटरव्यू में फेल होने से बचा सकते हैं. इट ऑल कम्स डाउन टू योर प्रिपरेशन एंड हाउ मच यू वांट द जॉब. इफ यू आर मोटिवेटेड इनफ, you will take the right steps, choose the right resources, like I said, Hireyy, and stand out to the recruiters more than anyone else. So I'd say, yeah, those are some steps that the viewers can use.
So prepare for your interviews through mocks, as well as align your projects to what the company wants. So thank you so much, sir, for being part of our show. And those were some very important tips for our viewers. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
And to our audience, बड़े सपने बड़ी बड़ी मुश्किलों को पार करने के बाद ही पूरे होते हैं. If you want to get in a big four, you will have to do the work to get there. However, you can make this difficult journey a bit easier through the guidance of professionals who have already been there and have accomplished their goals. And that's where the Hireyy ATS package comes to your aid. This package gives you access to one-on-one mock sessions with industry specialists, as well as gives a 2,800% guarantee that you will get an interview call and get a job within an average of just 18 days. They will also help you with your resume and make it perfect for you and give you 4 instant domain referrals that will strengthen your profile. So, if you want a job in the Big Fours but are feeling lost and confused on how to do so, the Hireyy ATS package is the product for you. Thank you so much for watching our show. This is Ritika Pant. Till next time.